And I chronicle several Southern fried jihadists in this book. I think it's going to shock people what's going on.
In The Terrorist Next Door, you write that the South is ripe for homegrown terrorists. Explain.
Jason, the most unlikely place. You think of the American South, you think of the Bible Belt, you think God, country, ma, apple pie. Well, I can tell you, over the course of the past 10 years, I'm doing more and more, as each year goes by, I'm doing more and more investigations in the South, in the American heartland. Why? Why are jihadists, why are radical Islamists relocating to the South? Why not traditional gateway cities, New York City, Chicago, LA, traditional gateway cities where Muslim immigrants and immigrants in general usually settle? Why this shift to the South? It's quite simple. They see the South, they see the Bible Belt as the headquarters of infidel America. They are taking the fight directly to the heart of the Bible Belt. Purposely, consciously, they are doing this. They want to challenge American Christendom, Judeo-Christian civilization. They want to challenge it head on. They're saying we're here to stay. In Tennessee, for example, in the past 2 years, Jason, I've had to take 3 separate trips to the Nashville, Tennessee area to investigate radical Islamic activity. Now, this is Nashville. This is the very buckle of the Bible Belt where gospel music goes out, where Bibles are published. You have the Jack Daniels distillery down there, which is very un-Islamic, needless to say. There's mega mosques at this point, as we're talking now, 3 mega mosques in the works in Tennessee. When I say mega mosques, I'm talking about multi-million-dollar sprawling projects over dozens of acres of land. In Nashville, Tennessee, one town, Murfreesboro, Tennessee, that I talk about in the book, I talk about my visit there. This is in the shadow of Nashville. There's only about 200 Muslim families in this town. Yet, magically, they are building a massive Islamic center that's going to cover several acres of land. First of all, why such a big Islamic center for such a small Muslim population? Second of all, and most importantly, and in the case of Ground Zero, the same question, where is the money coming from? I can tell you, Jason, I went into this mosque and I surveyed the congregants, the worshipers. I saw college kids, I saw cab drivers, a few professionals, but honestly, I didn't see the capability to raise several $1 million to build a massive Islamic center. And when I asked the imam, where's the money coming from, he was very coy and said, well, it's all locally raised. I highly doubt it. I smell Saudi Arabia, I smell the UAE. And not only in this mega mosque project, but in mega mosque projects that are popping up across America. Ground Zero is just the tip of the iceberg. I don't think people know this, and I lay it out in the book. Mega mosques, when I say mega mosques, I'm not just talking about some little storefront worship center. I'm talking about multi-million-dollar projects, sprawling, that will take up an entire city block. These are being planned in Tennessee, in rural Wisconsin, in Alaska, in the suburbs of Southern California. This is a coast-to-coast effort. It starts in the South. The South, it's a conscious decision to take on American infidel culture directly. And most of the time, Jason, and anyone, if you want to look at your local mosque, most of the time you'll see that they are built right next to a church. In Europe, in America, I've been to dozens of mosques here and in Europe. I can tell you, these mosques are built next to churches. Usually the minaret will be higher than the steeple. And a lot of times, mosques are actually renovated churches here in America. That's not by accident. And in the South, the final point you have to remember, plenty of places. The South is still very rural. Plenty of places to plot, to train, and to hide. And I chronicle several Southern fried jihadists in this book. I think it's going to shock people what's going on really in the heartland.